The Man Who Was Thursday, A Nightmare by G.K. Chesterton. Narrated by Sam Kusi. A wild, mad, hilarious and profoundly moving tale. It is very difficult to classify The Man Who Was Thursday. It is possible to say that it is a gripping adventure story of murderous criminals and brilliant policemen, but it was to be expected that the author of the Father Brown stories should tell a detective story like no one else. On this level, therefore, The Man Who Was Thursday succeeds superbly. If nothing else, it is a magnificent tour de force of suspense writing. However, the reader will soon discover that it is much more than that. Carried along on the boisterous rush of the narrative by Chesterton's wonderful, high-spirited style, he will soon see that he is being carried into much deeper waters than he had planned on, and the totally unforeseeable denouement will prove for the modern reader, as it has for thousands of others since 1908 when the book was first published, an inevitable and moving experience as the investigators finally discover who Sunday is. To Edmund Clerihew Bentley. A cloud was on the mind of men, and wailing went the weather. Yeah, a sick cloud upon the soul, when we were boys together. Science denounced nonentity, and art admired decay. The world was old and ended, but you and I were gay. Round us in antic order their crippled vices came, lust that had lost its laughter, fear that had lost its shame, like the white lock of Whistler that lit our aimless gloom. Men showed their own white feather as proudly as a plume. Life was a fly that faded, and death a drone that stung. The world was very old indeed when you and I were young. They twisted even decent sin to shapes not to be named. Men were ashamed of honor, but we were not ashamed. Weak if we were foolish, not thus we failed, not thus. When that black Baal blocked the heavens, he had no hymns from us. Children we were, our thoughts of sand were even as weak as we. High as they went, we piled them up to break that bitter sea. Fools as we were in motley, all jangling and absurd, when old church bells...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?